Hello and welcome to Parkessent. My name's Jake and today we are back with another Lost River Ride construction update. This is the first update of 2025. Side note, Happy New Year. Hope you had a lovely Christmas and all that. This is the first of many Lost River Ride updates to come this year. You may have seen the title. Yes, that we have a little bit more of an idea of when this is going to open than we had last time. Yeah, let's go, but we'll get onto that fairly soon. Firstly, I wanted to bring you all the latest updates. The first thing I want to talk about is since my last visit, the drop has been complete. Yes, the uh, entirety of the drop section has now been put into place. You can see on the visuals there that not only is there another building, which we'll talk about in just a second, uh, at the top of the drop, but the drop has now made contact with the floor and they have started to complete the concrete trough from the bottom of the drop back to the station. Um, let's talk about the building at the top of the drop. This is where it gets a little bit confusing for me because this is obviously going to be a secondary dark ride section after the first, albeit quite small, dark ride section at the top of the lift hill. Now, this is confusing because it's not very often you see two separate dark ride sections within about 10 meters of each other. You know, I don't understand why they haven't connected these two um, show buildings together, if you know what I mean. So it very much implies that there's going to be a show scene in the first one. You can see just on the visual at the moment that there is a door on the side. Could this be to a control room potentially, or could this potentially just, well, more likely, I think this could just be for access, which would be fair enough. But it's quite exciting, I think, because we might be getting two different show scenes instead of the one that was kind of preempted and that we expected. There's a lot of infrastructure as well on that show scene. The first one, at least, there's double staircases leading up to the top, which implies one for crew and one for the public. You know, you the rider. Could that be the case? Maybe one of them's an evacuation platform, or maybe I was just seeing it wrong. Let me know your thoughts on that down in the comments. I'd love to know what you think. Now, uh, the second thing I'm going to talk about is the train track has been reinstalled at long last. This gives us an idea of the scale of the area. It's much closer to the lake than it was before. It's basically been ripped up and shifted slightly closer to the lake, which gives you a bit more space in between the train and the Lost River itself. Obviously, because the Lost River has moved, so therefore the train has also moved about the same amount. So yeah, it's, as I said before, it's very strange to see these two separate dark ride sections, and I'm going to expand on my theory that this is going to be Viking themed. I think they'll completely change the theme as opposed to continuing with the Lost Kingdom. I think the whole area will have an overhaul. Uh, if yeah, I think that's going to be the case. So potentially this first building could be leading up to a story about maybe potentially dropping into Viking hell or something, or maybe it won't be that dark. Maybe I'm just ripping off Valhalla. But you know, they've really got an opportunity with having if they do have a simulator in the first section, they've got a really good opportunity to utilize that to build up a bit of tension towards the main aspect of the ride, really, which is going to be that drop. Now, I want to talk, and the reason for making this video is I want to discuss when is the Lost River ride going to open. Now, this is something that we've speculated since the start of this project. Originally, we thought it would open for 2025. That's not going to happen, at least not for the start of the season. I was speaking to one of the main zookeepers at Flamingo Land, who's been there for many years, and is heavily involved with the sea lions, which of course have been affected by this project. And he said it is most likely to open in the late 2025 season. How late into the season, we don't know. but this raises a few points for me. First of all, the late 2025 season is August. You can't open a new ride in September in the UK. That doesn't happen. It needs to be, if we're going to open it, it will be in the summer months. Um, any later than that, and you're into winter at Flamingoland, which, if you've seen the vlog from a few days ago, there was about 3 people at, including myself and staff. So it doesn't make any sense to try and, if you're trying to draw in crowds to your new attraction, trying to boost numbers at the park, it doesn't make sense to wait until winter to do that. So I can potentially see this being a 2026 opening, as late as that, which would make this one of the longest construction periods ever at Flamingoland. And I can see that completely with the amount of money they've spent on it, the amount of planning that's gone into it. It's just the scale of this project is just unbelievable for a park like Flamingoland. And I think that this might just be what Flamingoland needs to turn it around. Again, they've had a bit of a car crash season this year, with rides being unavailable and complaints online. Prices have gone up. It hasn't been a strong season for the park in any way, shape, or form. I think that this hopefully will set the pace for the future. I think this project has been a big sort of, well, it's been needed for a while, really. The Lost River ride was horrendously unreliable towards the end of its first incarnation. Let's hope that this is a step in the right direction for the park. And if you want to keep up to date with the Lost River ride, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. Leave a like. Let me know your thoughts on the construction down in the comments section below. When do you think this is going to open? Do you think it's going to open at all? Please say it is. Do you think this is going to be the only ride in the area? Do you think we could see something brand new? Let me know your thoughts, and let me know what you think the theme's going to be as well. You've got a lot of typing to do, I know. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Jake, and you've been watching Parkessent. Happy New Year, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.